when you say about that mindset, what does that actually look like? Because
I think it's different for different people.
Okay, go into that for me.
So I think the starting point of any performance journey, if you're going to really get serious, I'm not talking about, oh, let's have a go. I'm talking about, so let's take the scenario in sport. You can use any athlete, but let's use me as an athlete, okay? Yeah. So my story is, up until the age of 18, I wanted to be a doctor. I went to a grammar school. I lived in an environment where the thought of being a professional sports person was not an option. Also, I was born with a heart condition. I was born with heart valve disease. I've subsequently had an operation for that. I had open heart surgery. Yeah, but I was 11. So when you're 11, you're told you've got heart disease. You're not thinking, yeah, but I still want to go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it stopped me, but it was probably a factor. It's not the main factor. But then I found out I was pretty good because I had a year off to retake my A-levels. I started studying at university, and I was reading medicine at university. But my life had changed. This little flame had been lit inside of my stomach.
How was that?
Because I was winning races, because I was European junior champion.
That competitive?
Because it's not so much competitiveness, it's just I knew what I was good at. Yeah. And athletics doesn't lie. If you cross the line first, you're the best. So suddenly I was in a place where I could go to the Olympics, but I'm studying medicine at university, and I'm finding this really hard, really hard. I'm not a natural academic, and I'm not like, whew, and I'm surrounded by people who really want to be doctors.
Yeah.
And I'm getting up early, going down the gym, cutting up dead bodies, going back in the evening, running up some hills. I had no social life, and obviously I couldn't do both. So I had to make a decision. And I made that decision to leave university and commit completely to athletics, but I made it under one condition with my father, who was a doctor, which is that I commit. Yeah. And I did commit. And I think that's a parallel. I think
that sort of commitment conversation carry anything else? Like, was there like this is what you're going to need to do?
No.
It was just that.
It was simply, that's a good question. You asked about the mindset. What is the mindset? And I'm saying the starting point is, at some point, you've got to commit.
Yeah.
You can't play half-hearted at this, okay? And a great example of that is my great friend Chris Akabusi, who was the number one 400-metre runner in the country when I came along.
Yes.
Realised he wasn't going to beat me or a guy called Derek Redmond. But he wanted to be an Olympic medalist. So he changed the vehicle. Yeah. And he became a hurdler. It took him 3 or 4 years to hurdle. Yeah. And he stood on the Olympic rostrum as a bronze medal in 1992. Yeah. But what he did was he changed his identity. Yeah. He said, I'm not a 400-metre runner. Yeah. I'm now a 400-metre hurdler. Yeah. So, and I can tell you that one decision is a fantastic mindset, because you don't play. Because most people, they try and change. It doesn't quite work and they go back.
Try.
And he committed and he kept going and he kept falling and he got up. Yeah. And I committed. When I left university, many people said, are you crazy? You can be a doctor. Yeah. But I didn't want to be an if-only person. I wanted to just go for it. But going for it is one thing, but being fully committed is the important bit. And I love it when you see estate agents who decide to go all in on self-employment. Yeah. Let's say it's with EXP. There are other models, obviously, but it doesn't matter what the model is. The ones that are successful are the ones that go all in, and they recognise the one thing that I was told by one of the greatest athletes this country's ever had when I had a broken foot and I was struggling to come back from injury. And I'll never forget this. I know where I was. I was in a car with him. His name is Daley Thompson, who was a 2-time Olympic decathlon champion. Yeah. And my career was potentially over. And I remember saying to him, this isn't easy. I don't know. This is really not easy. I don't know. And he said to me, Rog, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Yeah, and I say this to anybody who's thinking about joining us and going self-employed, whether it's a team owner or an individual. Don't expect this to be easy, because if you expect this to be easy, don't do it, because it's not supposed to be easy.
Well, that's the danger of it.
That's the mindset.
It is.
That's it right there.
And that has to be the starting point, because when you see it broadcast on socials, I think it's such a dangerous place.
It's really dangerous,
because it's the same, I suppose, in elite sports.
People
see
they see the person who stands on the rostrum. They don't see the hard work.
Everything that goes on behind the scenes.
But Matt, the thing you said there, you said it's the starting point. Yeah. It is the starting point, but it's also on every point of the journey. Yeah. Because it's not just recognising it's not easy at the start. It's recognising in your biggest injury, when things aren't working in business or things aren't working athletically, is almost not to celebrate it. No. I know people say, "Oh, celebrate the bad times," because of course, but at least acknowledge that it's supposed. This is how it is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And if I can just get through this, I'm going to come out stronger. And that's my career.
But you know what I find, like, any time when I was playing football, it's exactly the same mindset with regards to you're constantly up against challenges, performance, substitutions, injuries. All of the things that happen in those moments are teaching you something, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're teaching you something. And business is exactly the same.
It is, and more similar to football than athletics, because the thing which you're more qualified than I am to talk about it, because you played football to a high level, is that you're not in control of everything.
No.
I had a lot more control because no one was tackling me.
Yes.
Okay, and I didn't have a team.
Yes, 'cause you could get
I didn't have a
injured
manager
easily.
who, for whatever reason, thought they
Didn't like it.
didn't like it.
Yeah.
Never had that.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
But I think that's where the self-employed thing does give. It's like it's polarizing in that respect. If you go all in, you're fully committed, you're prepared to walk through. Here's the challenges that you're going to face in year 1, year 2, year 3. They are going to be constant and consistent.
Correct.
But if you're all in,
Yeah.
and you're prepared for those challenges, and you understand they're part of your growth, this is going to be the best thing you can ever do. Because you're in control.
And be intelligent.